So today, guys, I want to share with you some spiritual secrets, some things I've been discovering while I've been on my spiritual journey, and they have been changing my life. These are things that we are never taught about. These are things that you have to seek out on your own and learn about. And so that's what I want to share with you guys today. Ways that we can know ourselves better and connect to the divine. Connect to our purpose while we're here on earth. Connect to our soul. Understand ourselves, understand ourselves, empower ourselves, love ourselves, all of these beautiful things. And so these are going to be some mystical things. I ask that you have an open mind and share with me down below if you are already into these things. I would love to know who's on this channel. I love to connect with you guys. If you have a channel, I'm going to subscribe as well, and let's just be friends and build this community. So the first spiritual secret that I want you to tap into for yourself is looking up your birth chart. This is also called a natal chart, and all you need is your birth certificate. You want to know the location that you were born, the time that you were born, and of course the day. And you can type it into Google. I'm going to link some things down below that'll help you do this, but when you get your birth chart, it's going to reveal yourself to you. You're going to be like, oh, that's why my life has gone this way. That's why I feel so passionately about this. Like, it's going to make so much sense. And astrology is one of these things that we're never taught about, but it's so relevant and it's so powerful. My soul's imprint here, there was already things that were predetermined before I came to earth. There were already paths that I was meant to take, challenges that I was gonna face. It was written, it was predetermined. Not to say that we don't have free will and free choice down here, of course we do, but there's gonna be things that you feel inside when you tap within yourself, and your birth chart is gonna help you navigate your life, and it is so cool. So make sure that you get your birth chart and look into it. Discover more about yourself. It's really silly to think that we're not connected to everything around us. You know, the more you awaken on your spiritual journey, the more you see how we were all one. We're all stemming from the same source. And so the sky has a purpose. The planets have a purpose. Everything is connected. Everything serves a purpose. And so when you were born at that specific time, where the planets were, what was happening, it's all relevant. It all matters. It's really cool, and you don't have to take my word for it. Look into it yourself. See how much it can just give you insight into your life. So in the same way, you can discover your life path number. And this is so cool. You can discover your life path number. This is all about like numerology, you know, because numbers also have purpose. When you look at your birth date, it's going to reduce to a root number, and that number is your life path. And so I'm gonna link this channel that's so cool. I discovered his channel several months ago, Astro Finesse, and he's so dope. Like, I love his videos because he breaks it down very clearly. So I'm gonna link his channel. Check it out and calculate your life path number, and it's going to make so much sense. It's unlocked so much clarity for me. And so these are spiritual secrets. You know, we're not taught about this. We have to go within and have this urge to want to know about ourselves, right? So we've talked about your natal chart, your birth chart, okay? Look into your birth chart. Calculate your life path number using your birth date. And the third thing is your soul urge. And this is the newest thing that I've learned about. Astro Finesse also has videos on the soul urge. And this is so cool. It's similar to your moon sign. So you know how you have a sun sign, and your sun sign is all about how people perceive you, how you appear in the world, your dominant traits, but you have a moon sign as well, which is like all about your internal world. So it's similar to your soul urge. You have a life path number, but you also have a soul urge number, and this number is calculated using your name. Okay, so each letter of your name is associated with a number, and you can calculate your soul urge number. and discover like what's inside of you that's really driving you. It's about the internal world, your soul urge. What does your soul want for you in this life? What is it craving? What does it truly desire? Even though it may be hidden from the world, even though other people may not perceive you that way. And for me, between my birth chart, my life path number, it was my soul urge that's really spoken to me the most. And so it's so dope. Check out his videos, calculate these numbers, numerology, look into this. It's a spiritual secret. It's going to help you on your journey. And that's why there is a lot of things that were decided before you came. And then when you look into your natal chart, you're going to see that we are comprised of so many different archetypes. You can see them as archetypes because it's not defining who you are, but it's explaining a role that you embody while you're here. If you think about Source has split up into all of us. Every single person that you see, every spirit, every person is, we're all one in different forms. You know, namaste, like my soul recognizes yours. We are different versions of each other. And so it makes sense for our creator to want to have so many different experiences, you know, to gain lessons and knowledge and just explore and expand and grow. And so nothing is by mistake. Your soul had plans for you before you came here. And when you look into numerology, it's just a tool to assist you. When you look into astrology and you learn about the archetypes, you learn more about yourself. So this is all about learning about yourself and your self-love journey, the mystical side, the spiritual side of it. And so it's so cool. Along these same lines, you can determine your aura. Okay, so what is your aura? Your aura is your light. Your aura is the energy that you're exuding, that you're radiating. This is also tied to your soul and your purpose here in life. And so how do you discover your aura? Have you heard of auras? Do you guys believe in auras? You know, I definitely do. And the way that you can check out your own aura, anyone can do this, but you want to tap in. You want to first start with just like, if all of this sounds like really far out to you, you want to just start with belief. Like, do you believe these things? There's so much more to us than we can see. But with an aura, what you can do is take your hand and put it against like a white wall. I did it on my bed. I put my hand up to the ceiling. You know how it has a white ceiling, and I just put my hand up. And you want to just look at your hand, and there will be a subtle color outlining your hand, and then look up the color, and your mind might be blown. Just saying, you guys, it's really cool. I'm gonna link some videos on how to discover or what the different colors of the auras mean. Okay, and so this is another way to know yourself. Along with your own personal signs, talking about astrology, the months of the year are also associated with different signs, right? And so not just for you personally, but like I've mentioned in other videos, we're connected to the moon, we're connected to the planets, we're connected to the universe. We're all connected. So it's just really cool when you learn about the different signs. For example, we're in Cancer season, and so right now, like, your emotions can be flowing, and it's a way to be in tune with our experience, like tapping into your feminine energy, your intuition, and what is going on that you can't see, but the energies are real. And so you don't have to be an empath for this, but it's just really cool to learn about. We're in Cancer season, which means like the full moon will be in the opposite sign. And so when you learn about the signs, you can learn how to manifest what you want. When is the best time period to do certain things? Shadow work, just your spiritual journey, releasing something, learn about the moon cycles. I'm going to do a whole video on the moon cycles, and you guys know I just love sharing with you as I'm learning, as I go along, and these things I'm telling you about, your natal chart, your sun sign, moon sign, your life path number, soul urge number, your aura. when you learn about this, it's confirmation and it's direction, and they're spiritual gifts, spiritual secrets. Drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts on this. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you guys, and it's something that I've been thinking a lot about, and that's sexual energy. Okay, I want to share with you, I'm going to open up and share with you guys this personal experience that happened like several weeks ago, and my mind was so blown. I literally was on YouTube searching about it. I was like, who has had this experience? What can I learn about this? Like, what is going on? What just happened? And I want to share with you guys, and drop me your comments. Let me know if you've gone through something similar or what your thoughts are, okay? And that's about Kundalini energy. Now, I did not know, I had heard about Kundalini energy, but I wasn't too sure about it, right? So I'm a busy mom, and I don't know how many of you guys can relate out there. And a lot of times we don't get time to ourselves. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, I have a job, and, you know, just busy, go, go, go. So that's why I love talking about self-care and things like that on this channel, self-love, making time for ourselves. Well, several weeks ago, my daughter was out of town, and it was the first break I had had in like 6 years, okay, of just me time. I had over a week of just me time, and I really focused on rest. I really focused on my feminine energy and just nurturing myself, practical things for self-love. Okay, and so you guys know, if you've been here, that I'm like 2.5 years celibate. Mom or dad, if you're watching this, I don't think they are, but go ahead and click out now. No, but I do believe in tuning in to our own body, and I'm just sharing with you guys my experience, okay? So you have to discern what is right for you in your own life, because I've received a comment before about, oh, you're on a celibacy journey. Do you believe in masturbation? Like, does this include masturbation? And for me personally, I do believe that that can be a healthy way to experience your body, but sometimes I'm on the fence about it. One thing I'll tell you about sexual energy is how potent and powerful it is. So you do not want to misuse it. You do not want to overdo it, overstimulate yourself. And I'm not an angel, I'm not perfect, but what I can tell you and about this experience is that I had been on my period. It had been a long time. Obviously, I don't have sex with anyone, but it had been a long time since I had like touched my own body. And so it was the end of that restful period. It had really been intentional. And that's really what this is about, sexual energy and intention. What we're talking about here is preserving the sexual energy, seeing it as sacred, seeing it as powerful, reserving it, respecting it, discipline, learning how to channel that into other aspects, learning how to deny yourself. You know, one thing when we talk about like spirituality is that a lot of times there are like little gifts waiting for you when you deny yourself and you are disciplined, you choose the harder road. A lot of times we're gifted. You know, that's something I've noticed just in life in general. You know, you put in the work, think about it at the gym or running or whatever. You do the right thing. It's hard in the moment. Later on it pays off, right? Okay, so with sexual energy, the same thing. The longer you can reserve it, the longer you respect your own body and you just hold out for a while, the more powerful, magical things can happen. And that's what happened to me. Now, the most important thing that I think happened was I set an intention, because the thing is that sexual energy has been perverted in the world so bad. Like, there's pornography, there's a lot of crazy visuals that we see constantly online, OnlyFans, like people just putting themselves out there. So it's like we have forgotten that sex is sacred, right? Okay. Sex is sacred, but it is not dirty, and it is not bad, and it's not evil. And once again, I'm not telling you what to think or anything, but just in my experience, my religious background, there's a lot of shame tied to sex when sex is natural. That is how we all got here. This is what God created, you know? And so it's about how you use something. It's about your perception, how you see something, and if you respect something. or not, right? And so I set an intention. I set the intention of pleasure, okay? Because we're talking about self-love. We're talking about feminine energy, your Empress energy, which is about sensuality and it's about pleasure. Because see, in this world that we're in, masculine energy has been dominant for years and years and years, and it's turned toxic. I'm not calling masculine energy toxic, you guys. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Masculine energy is beautiful and it's powerful and it's the sun, like, I love masculine energy, but we need a balance in life. The feminine energy is missing. So that's why things like rest is a revolution in today's world, because the feminine energy is missing on earth. The nurturing is missing. The sensuality, the pleasure, the feminine, the softness is missing on earth. Stopping to smell the roses, not working 5 days a week and 2 days off. Where's the balance? I'll link some videos. Oh my gosh, anyways, I could go on about that like all day, but I set this intention. So on your spiritual journey, your mind is going to expand. You are going to explore, and I don't really see things as right or wrong. It's just your journey. What are you gaining? You're here to live, baby. You're here to live, okay? So don't restrict yourself, but be mindful, be intentional. So in my experience, for the first time, I think ever, I was holding off for a long time. And then I said, okay, let me indulge myself. Let me set the intention for pleasure. And that was it. There's also a purity that you want to have when it comes to this. Think about these words: intention, purity, even manifest, because you can manifest through orgasm. I say all this to explain that when this happened, I was enjoying myself when I climaxed, you guys. This was unlike anything I had ever experienced in my life. I felt something at the base of my spine zoom up my body. Okay, this was an orgasm unlike anything I've ever felt in my entire life. My whole body was shaking, like violently shaking. And that's how I came across learning about Kundalini energy, because I had to literally see videos of other people and going through this sexual liberation. So Kundalini energy is a spiritual concept in, I believe, Hinduism. And it talks about Kundalini energy being the serpent, being the feminine energy, and she's racing up your body, and she's going to meet her lover Shiva, which is like at your crown, and it's like that divine union, right? So think about your twin flame, like if you're doing this. Think about your partner, think about love, because the focus was pleasure and love, okay? Something shot up my body, and my body started violently shaking when I orgasmed, and I was full of life force energy. It was unlike anything I've ever felt in my life. Now, I've heard some people say that Kundalini energy has nothing to do with orgasm, and so I'm not telling you that that's what it was. I'm just sharing my experience. I had to look up like what just happened to me. And when I saw people practicing, like talking about Kundalini energy, they were shaking the way that I was shaking. So I'll link a video down below. I think it has like 3 million views. And I was like, that's what happened. And it's about sexual liberation as well. And letting yourself feel pleasure, because remember, my intention was pleasure. So be mindful of your intentions. Look into these things I'm telling you guys about. They're so cool to learn about when we learn about ourselves and we just fully are present with this spiritual experience, this life experience. Drop me your comments down below. Remember to keep it loving, be respectful of one another. We don't always have to agree, but we can respect one another. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, so much power on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.